But who made the original rules to begin with? Why do you need a funeral to grieve?
What the f are you talking about?
Boom.
Greetings, internet people.
大家好。
Welcome to our brand new series, The Hot Sauce. So we've heard a lot of comments and feedback about wanting more frequent uploads and for us to cover more news, and that's exactly what we are about to do. So we'll be reacting to more trending headlines from Singapore and beyond. Yes, and we're also looking into regional news. So if you are watching and you're not from Singapore, comment down below what are other headlines that we can react to. To the headlines. Headlines! Singapore wakes can only have 10 LED wreaths and must be turned off by 10 p.m. So just for you all to see, we'll put it out on the screen also.
like,
this is how bright it is.
This is my house
currently.
downstairs.
Not as much energy, but okay. Have you seen this before?
No,
Malaysia don't have, right?
I don't think so. But
Why does that sound like an insult?
No, but it doesn't feel classy at all. Like, you know, like flowers are like so like classy.
Got flowers, huh?
and-
But
Yeah,
like,
this feels like a karaoke or like a club.
My house downstairs had like a 50 one.
Dude, exactly. It's crazy.
light
That's
everything.
No, so that's why the restriction, no? Like,
Right.
only can have 10.
have
So
to
like the
be
other day,
turned off at 10 p.m. also.
yeah. So the other day at like 2 a.m. right, I like finished my mahjong session. Then I go and send my friend back. So then as I'm sending her back, right, then we enter the HDB car park. Then around the corner, I start to see like a giant glow. Like cannot be what? It's like
It's the end of your
it's
life.
Like, if I turn around the corner, right, I'm going to see Times Square. You know? It's like that kind of vibe. Then I turn already, then you just see a whole like corridor and wall. Right, it's all just this course. So the whole thing, if you stay on the second floor, right, wow,
Yeah.
you need to wear sunglasses and sleep.
yeah.
It's nonsense.
No, but do you ever feel like when you buy wreaths, right? Like you cannot buy the cheapest because you don't want to feel paiseh.
Wait, I've never had to buy a wreath in my
Again,
life.
thinking about what people think of
Right.
me.
I need to relook my life. But like, don't
I'm
you
with
feel
you though,
a
I'm
bit of
with you.
competition? Like, okay, I gotta buy like the mid-tier one. You too expensive, but then you don't want to look super cheap when you
How
send
much
it.
is
You
it?
also know it's pointless.
It's like $80 and above.
Yeah.
The cheapest one is 80 and and it shows.
Yeah.
And it shows. And the one that starts
like the
getting,
flower a bit dying.
No,
this
as
side
in
don't have. A bit patchy, got holes.
The floor stand is, you can see the 4 legs.
No, so because the height is more or less standardized, right? But then
Yeah.
it has more leg than flowers. Then the
yeah.
expensive one is more flowers than leg.
Or even the leg got a lot of air. You can look through
Yeah,
it.
Whereas that one got like cloth all. Wow, very nice.
Then you know for a fact, right? No matter which one you pick, right? They're just gonna drop you a text and say, hey, thanks.
yeah.
And then after they're gonna throw away. Yeah, so after that, you start.
But quite cool though to see technology and innovation in so many
To be honest, it felt
industries.
damn grand. It was right downstairs. My house downstairs immediately is the MPH.
Right,
So
right,
it
right.
felt super grand because it lined the entire driveway in.
But maybe in the like later on, like funerals are going to evolve. Then it really become like a club.
Like,
Like a
because it's a celebration
celebration,
of that person's life, right?
Actually, what is the future of this though? Like, at some point we put a body there.
It's the metaverse, lor.
Yeah, what? Yeah, exactly.
Upload.
Would it? What if we move on to a metaverse funeral?
Dude, I mentioned
and
this
we
before.
completely missed the point as humans already.
No, I
To
mentioned
mourn the
this
dead.
before. We are just going to transition to a different form. So it's going to be the saved data of that person. There's going to be an AI is going to take over it,
Yeah.
and then it's going to project itself into the metaverse, and then you won't be able to tell that this is not the actual person already because the AI will help to, based on that person's lived experience, continue to be that person.
Replicate their consciousness.
Yeah. Okay lah. Just party. Then I see you on the other side. Then you.
Yeah.
So just more of what if there's like a casket there, and we just attend like that. Then the marketing will come out and say, you know, people all over the world can pay their respects.
By,
But then it's
just
like,
by doing
oh yeah, then we
But
just
who-
go for like 2 minutes.
And people's lives are overrated anyway lah.
What?
Like you just exist for such a short period of time, then you f*** off already mah.
Nothing matters.
I cannot believe that there are such restrictions. Like so from like 10 p.m. to 7 a.m. right, you have to off all these lights. That's the ban.
Yeah, because the light really crossed the line.
Yeah.
You gotta see the light. It's like
I gotta
It's like
see
Times
the
Square.
light.
It's
You just gotta
imposing
see
on
like-
others also, like your neighbors and all. I guess.
No, but is it not weird that we have rules imposed on how to grieve, and then people follow?
because you can grieve without the lights. Right?
But who made the original rules to begin with? Why do you need a funeral to grieve?
what the f are you talking about?
No, like you are saying that they are changing the rules, they are restrictive, right?
Yeah.
But then in the first place, like the processes that we follow, so like who defined this as the way that you send somebody off also to begin with? Like you are just Indian following another set of rules, right? That somebody else came up with, right?
Plus, in the end, when you look at wakes also, usually the guys that usually come at 3 a.m., 4 a.m. in the first place are usually there we like relatives that drink beer, eat peanuts, and then we're laughing and then we're talking about memories and that kind of thing.
Fun, oh.
Yeah.
The scariest story
It's
that I
reunion.
heard, right, was that there was like they're talking about this person's like life or whatever, and then there was an empty chair that like dragged itself to the table.
Oh, it's the guy that
Sick.
died, the friend. Yeah.
Have you heard of the butterfly thing?
Yes.
Like you have to wait for the moth or butterfly to come. Then that one is the person.
Yeah.
I always gonna both my grandparents when they exactly the time that they died, right, a moth came into the house, and the moths usually don't come to the house.
Oh.
Yeah. And then my aunt like feed it and was like, oh, it's Appa. Hello, father.
I'm fucking scared of moths. That time, you know, there's a time in Singapore, right, like some seasonal one, right, where there's this big leather looking one, right. Wow, fly into my house one time.
Oh.
Big one,
No, it's damn hard. It's like if you got a bowl, right, you cannot fit in a bowl. You cannot even cup it.
Yeah, no, so what we did, right, was we throw one basket over it, right, and then it's like stuck there, and we don't know what to do, eh. Then I watch it, right, then we keep thinking, like, how are we going to get rid of this? And then it tried to fly, the whole basket leave, eh. It's like, then the basket, like, I swear. Then, so we left it there, f***ing scary. Leave it there for a few days already, right? Then after a while, then it stopped moving. Then a few days later, they start to turn like grey or whatever. Then after a while, right, we go and check. Then we move the basket a bit, prop a bit. It's obviously like kind of dead already. Then it just started disintegrating. It turned into dust.
Disintegrating.
We return to dust.
Like ash lah. It becomes ashy.
Incinerated itself.
Might have been a
Because
relative.
it has been, yeah.
But wow, damn scary. Big. Can
Someone's not
leave
very
basket.
responsive. It's not like you can put the thing there and you poke it, then make it fly there. It doesn't. It just lets you poke it.
He has his own.
Yeah, but it's so disturbing to look at.
Because it's a relative.
Then
it's
it's
not
I want
like,
to spend time with you.
It's not your Catholic, act like it.
It's not.
speaking of like funeral rules, right? You know, my grandma in China, right? She stays in a village. Like those really, you wanna go pee, right? It's an outhouse kind. It's horrible to die there. Because in Singapore, right, people have to come, they give you the baicing, they give you the money.
So many things to say.
They give you the money, but then in that town, when you die, people come to your funeral, you have to give them money.
Why?
Oh, it is horrible to die there.
Yeah.
Right.
Because it's so out of the way for them to get there. La.
Exactly.
Wow.
So you fly them in, basically.
No, and like
On the
people who are in the village also, like they come there, you have to give each of them money.
Ayo, so if you die, you try to faster hide the body.
Yes, yeah.
And pretend
When you're unemployed, you just walk around and see who die.
Or you make her put in a
That's not
chair,
funny,
wear
John.
sunglasses, make it look like she's every day refill the tea, you know, change on the TV.
What's that show? Saturdays with Maurice. No.
Tuesdays.
No, there's that one
Thursdays
where
with Edwards.
Oh,
they pretend that the guy is still alive. Saturdays with Maurice.
But if you know what show we're talking about, can you please like put it in the comments?
How many mother made
It's
a
so embarrassing
parody
that I
of it?
can't remember this.
Can we continue the chain?
It's a classic.
The
No,
light.
I think the rules do make sense. Like, I mean, it's cool that there's this new thing. Then okay lor, but then maintain a bit lah, and
Yeah.
like off lah.
Do you think these things are more or less expensive?
More. No, less.
If it's less, I can really get behind it.
Because you can just return it, it's reusable.
Correct.
Yeah, so long-term
And
cost.
You have the electricity, like, I need to pay. Like, you think you're sending it to me, my descendants need to pay.
What if we
Light
just
it up.
send a painting of a wreath? Then it's reusable. But it's still classy.
So, like, I think that's the beauty of the metaverse. Like, hear me out. Would you rather get 10 flower wreaths, right?
Uh-huh.
Or the cash for it, which is $1,000 plus, like $1,500, right? You rather get $1,500. So, in the metaverse funeral, right? I'll give you flowers, NFT. After that, you should
There
be
is the
socially
value
acceptable
lah.
to flip it or burn it for money.
Sure. But you're still thinking in the Web 2 world. In the Web 3 world, right? Someone will create a wreath and then you can just add to create a monster out of it. So then it becomes a dragon with a wreath around its neck. How sick is that? So you
Okay, then calm down.
I think you're still thinking like a moron.
Correct, Web3 Hey.
So thank you for watching this episode of The Hot Sauce. If you like such quick dives into the news, reacting to headlines, let us know what else you want us to react to. Like, share, subscribe. See you in the next episode.